good? What's good? What's good, Libra? Hey, we gonna get to the reading today. Straight into it. You know spirit don't play. Hey, we gonna see what they got to say. Don't shoot the messenger. It's not me, baby. Hey, 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 we gonna get to the reading today. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and light my motherfucking sage. Okay? Okay? Hey. Okay. All right, Libra. Hey. Love you. So sorry for the wait. I really, truly, honestly, really am. We had some technical difficulties. So you may find that this reading is structured a little differently. Did I even welcome y'all? My bad. Hold up. Wait a minute now. Just let's take a second. Welcome to GawdesVision. I'm your girl Goddess. I am also called Destiny. And here you may find that perspectives will meet and eventually merge. And I'm going to encourage you to allow it, all right? Okay. All right. Now back to it. Let's just say I had a delay. And so I'm filming on my phone, actually. Which is fine because the quality I feel is, it's giving what I need it to give. It's giving. But, yeah, just know that that's what's happening at this point in time. We're going to go ahead. You know what? I know why this isn't working right now because I don't even know what the fuck. Libra, my goodness. That is a sign for me to slow it down, okay? That's definitely a sign. Yes, Libra, let me go ahead and get it started by how I'm supposed to be getting it started, which is pulling you an oracle card from the energies of the oracle of the 7 energies. Woo, Libra, what's going on? My goodness. So getting right into it. Oh, we not about to do this. Oh, birds of a feather. Into me I see time machine and feeling the world. I get it, y'all. I get it. And we're about to get into it right now. So thank you, Source. Smoke and mirrors. That is your overall energy. And tender embrace at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so the channel messages, I'm not even going to get into all the way because I feel like that's a part of it. So for Libra, it was crazy because I really wasn't getting, like, I had been getting channel messages from songs. And when it got to Libra, didn't no songs pop up. And I was like, what? And so I wasn't trying to force it or anything. I was just like, I'm going to just let it happen. And then it was funny because as soon as, and then it took me a minute to realize, literally, Source was just like, girl, you've been learning lessons from Libra your whole life. Like, I have so much Libra energy around me, you guys. It's crazy. Oh my God. Let's fix ourselves. Let's get ourselves together here. I have a lot of Libran energy around me. So from this deck, this is the Enchanted Map deck. From this deck, we are going to pull 2 cards. I'm going to get one for your career and finance energy, and I'm going to get one for your love energy. Yes, lovely Libras. So yeah, it took me a minute to realize I have so much Libran energy around me. My mom's a Libra. Many Libra aunts, my sister's Libra, my bosses have been Libras, best friends have been Libras, like, oh gosh, goodness gracious. That was Solitude and Compass. We just need one though. One for your, can I get one card, Source, pretty please, for Libras, money, career, and finance energy. So yes, literally Source just told me to just be still. Like, literally, just, it doesn't have, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know what it is. And the thing is too, is that has been just a huge reoccurring theme just in my life in general. Thank you, Source. What? Magic Stream for the Monday. Oh my God, I love it. May I have one, please, Source, for Libra's love energy? But yeah, so like I was saying, a reoccurring theme that has been coming up just in life, and that I just had to, again, be reminded of in the, I won't say the worst way, but one of the worst ways possible, is just this sense of knowing, and knowing that when you have this sense of knowing, it's really that you don't know anything at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I believe it was Socrates who said it, and Erykah Badu who made it beautiful, even more beautiful. The man that knows something knows that he knows nothing at all. Thank you, Source. Wide open for your love energy. And I'm laughing because one of the songs that did come up was Sit On It by, or is it just On It? Whatever it is. By why was I about to say Justin, Lord? Now we ain't about to play. And Unexpected Visitors at the bottom of the deck by Jasmine Sullivan. And here's the thing. I'm not going to be too focused on whatever channel messages I was getting before, unless it is just extremely called for it to come out. And one of the main things that I really, really wanted to touch on for the Libra collective is it's the right to exist. The right to exist. And y'all are learning how to just be, and how to let others just be as well. Because with Libra energy, like, y'all are big lesson teachers, first of all. But the thing is like, Libra is the only zodiac. This is another thing another point I really want to get across. Libra is the only zodiac that is not represented by like a living thing, a person or animal, or in any kind of living entity, well, so to speak. Libra is represented. What is going on, Libra? Dolphin spirit, this and that are true. Oh my God, yes. Is that the card, Spirit? Is that the card? I feel like that's the card. This deck is the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. So this is animal, or animal spirit energy that will help you during this time, help you to embody, and also serve as a reminder to you. You may see symbols of this animal in your dreams throughout your waking life as well, but it always serves as a reminder and a energy of protection as well. And that was the dolphin spirit. This and that are true. So yes, literally, you guys are learning that. You know what I'm saying? You are, and not even learning that, you're teaching that too, but not even, again, it's not in a way that you're used to teaching people stuff. Y'all are used to teaching people stuff, just straight up teaching people stuff. You know what I'm saying? And now you're literally learning that people are getting these same lessons or whatever, and you are too, and these same experiences without you even having to do nothing, without you having to tell them or show them or teach them or nothing. It's just coming. And that's what happens when you just be, and when you're just in this state of being, and you're just living through the right to exist, and you're doing things, without expectation of any sort of reciprocity, which I realize sounds crazy, because you're like, why would I do something and not expect reciprocity? But that's the thing. You're not supposed to, or I won't say it's supposed to. You're not doing things out of an expectation of reciprocity. And you're understanding too that doesn't mean that you don't get reciprocity. What that means is you are literally doing things just for the sake of doing them, and because they make you feel good, and they make your soul feel good. And literally there's no reason to do anything other than because of that reason, because it makes you feel good. And you're realizing that even that is not a good reason, because when you get caught up on doing things because it makes you feel good, then you can get caught in an energy of doing things because you expect them to make you feel good. And then we know that expectation is the thief of joy. So that leads you to a mindset of lack again, because now you're feeling like, you know, you're not getting the reciprocity that you expected. And your mermaid and dolphin oracle advice card was wait. It says, don't rush into action right now. Bide your time for better results. Love that. So yes, and again, you're learning these lessons through it's effortless, because again, it's like you're just letting stuff play out. You know what I'm saying? And before, like I said, in relationships, because that's what Libra is. It's about the balance and finding balance in harmonious relationships. But again, keep in mind, you guys are represented by the scales, which is not a person, which for me, that intuits for me that the balance is found. And when I say not a person, not even yourself. So the balance is found. I don't know if I should shuffle more. I barely even got to shuffle. I'm gonna shuffle more. Source says shuffle more. But that was Hojo, which is the beauty way of the Navajo. And then we had Intikana, which we've gotten that before, which is child of the light. So wow, that's why I feel like Source says shuffle more. So I'm going on to do that. I'm going on to do that. But yes, so with the scales being represented by an object, not a person, but that object is a symbol of balance. You are learning that you find the balance again outside of yourself, because yourself is what creates those limiting beliefs and expectations, and yourself is yourself is the ego, you know what I'm saying? And I mean that in a psychological way, not like you know, you're arrogant or anything like that, but I mean that in terms of literally you're learning that yourself, your mind, that is what creates the limitations for yourself and others. And so you are stepping outside of that, and when you do that, you are just being. And it's literally like you're realizing, oh wow, like I don't have to have all these expectations for myself. I don't want to keep saying expectations, but that's kind of like just the word that just keeps coming up. And it's like, you're like, I don't have to have all of those for myself or for other people, and I can still reap the same rewards. And you're finding that, and actually when you do have that for yourself and other people, the shit does not come to you the way that you wanted it to. So it was almost kind of like you, like I said, you just started like letting stuff play out and seeing what happens. And then you know that you don't have to like stick around for the whole part, you know what I'm saying? It's quite literally you are experiencing it until again it doesn't feel good anymore, and then you know that, okay, let me go ahead and remove myself from this in whatever capacity that needs to be, and going on about your stuff. And you know what I'm saying? And that in and of itself is creating balance, because again, like if someone is not doing something, or, you know, not treating you how you feel like you should be treated, you understand that like forcing them or telling them or being like, oh, okay, blah, 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 that is not going to get it to you anyways. And only, oh my gosh, dear, it done came out again. And only then do you, like that, again, that is the balance in and of itself. And so again, you're finding out that the balance does not have anything to do with you or other people or what y'all like, or the dynamics of your relationship. You're understanding like you're literally stepping outside of all of that and just allowing yourself and everyone else to be. And however they are being, like I'm saying, it's not that you're just accepting whatever kind of behavior. You are discerning, you know what I'm saying? If it's some behavior you don't like, okay, again, going on about your day and you're gonna do your thing, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not even nothing that you feel like you have to be attached or forced or make people understand or none of that. Like you're off of that. You're off of that. Let me think. Do I have all my oracle cards out? Yes, I do. Okay, so we're going to get into it with the tarot. Woo. First card is the Six of Wands. Yes, this is recognition. This is like acknowledgement, but acknowledgement from others, but it starts with you. Let me just leave it at that first for a second. So I said leave it at that. What else did I want to say? So yes, and it was funny because the songs that did start coming to me, like Sit on It, that song is just always hilarious to me because, and I feel like a lot of Libras like that song too. I feel like a lot of Libras like that song. And it's honestly, I like that song at first too, but then the more I started listening to it, the more I was just like, it kind of gave me Libran vibes, because like that's honestly how like my experiences have been with Libras a lot of the time, until I was able to understand like and transmute that energy. But it's that energy of, I want to sit on it, so tell me why you deserve it. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, how you want to sit on it, but I got to tell you why I deserve it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you should have already came to that conclusion before you decided that you wanted to sit on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not for me to show you I deserve shit. It's for you to show you. That's literally what you're doing. You are now showing you who deserves, quote unquote, to do whatever, but you're determining that before you even, like, it's not nothing for them to show you. It's literally you are choosing them based off what you already see right now in front of your face, what they're already, quote unquote, showing you. But it's literally just what you already see before they even, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, it's not, you're not expecting no sort of reciprocity. The only reason why you're involved with them is because the shit is already reciprocal. You know what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense? But yeah, so like literally, like I said, I feel like a lot of Libras like that song, and specifically for that reason, specifically for the show me why you deserve it type of reason. Even Libra men, I feel like y'all be going around switching the lyrics, talk about I want you to sit on it type energy. And then also Poppy Pacify by FKA Twigs, which is one of my favorite songs by her and just in general. But it's the Poppy Pacify my love. So again, it was like a pacify my love type of energy. But again, and then the part was like, let me clarify. And so again, and then it's like, clarify you, baby. You're coming to a clearer perspective about that. You're not expecting anybody to pacify shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that you ever were like expecting it, but like, yeah, that's, I mean, of course, like, you know, some kind of reciprocity, like that's the goal, you know what I'm saying? And harmonious relationships, that's the goal. Balance is the goal. We have the Seven of Swords. We're going to talk about that in a second. But yeah, so balance is the goal for you guys. And that's the goal for everybody. And literally that's the lesson that Libra is here to learn and teach for everybody, I promise you, and for themselves. But we are everyone, like we are each other. So, and again, that's a lesson that Libra has taught me all throughout life. But yeah, so anyway, sorry. So we have the Six of Wands with the Seven of Swords. Now the Seven of Swords is an energy of trying to disarm the enemy, because this figure, this person, is stealing the swords away from the enemy camp so that they don't have a chance to use them against them. And I just want to mention, oh my God, I feel like this came up in the Aquarius reading, and I was going to try to keep that out of it, but Aquarius, there's been a lot of Libran energy through all of the readings, and especially in the Aquarius reading. So if you have any Aquarius placements, or you are dealing with an Aquarius, even if you're not, I suggest that you watch it, because it was it's just a lot of intertwined messages, but the same type of energy. And this spread is a self spread, so I don't, I'm just working on the Libran energy here. So that's why I'm saying, like, I didn't want to mention the Aquarius read, but I'd be remiss if I didn't. But so with the Seven of Swords being stealing weapons from the enemy so that they can't be used against you, and when you turn that inwards of self, literally, you're reclaiming your energy. You are reclaiming your energy, and you are taking away the negative thoughts, negative thought patterns, negative beliefs, limiting beliefs. That's what swords are too. Swords are is mind. Anything that's with the swords, that's air energy. It's the element of air, and the element of air deals with the mind. So this is thoughts, conceptions, perceptions, opinions, whether outside or inside. Again, beliefs, whether limiting or expansive. And that was the Star card. Ooh. Okay, so we have our 6 card spread right here. I'm going to end it there with the 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So let's get back into it. So the 7 of Swords, again, when you turn that inwards of self, and paired with the 6 of Wands here, and Wands are fire, so that's passion energy. And again, 6 of Wands is like recognition, rewards for your success, like finally being recognized, finally being seen. And again, I believe that, I mean, even though there are 5 wands like in the background and they're like hurrah, 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 the person has one of the wands in his own hand and on his own horse. You feel me? So it's literally like, it starts with you. It starts with recognizing and knowing and trusting in yourself and allowing yourself to just be. And when you do that, you feel the freedom and allow others to just be. And that's when that recognition comes. That's when the balance comes. And then the 7 of Swords energy, you know that it's required to integrate and to acknowledge the parts of yourself that you don't like and that you feel are negative, the negative expressions of yourself, because you know that that's all encompassing. And again, in doing this, you are allowing yourself to just be, because it's like you're not forcing yourself to like omit or like get rid of or heal or any of that. You are just accepting all of yourself, and that's this Ace of Swords. You are accepting all of yourself and knowing that you are all of yourself. And that is the balance, you know. There we go. Like that is literally the epitome of the Libran energy, when you can acknowledge the shadow part of yourself and know that, and using your own light to cast a shadow, to make yourself aware of these things, and then just allowing yourself to be through that. You know what I'm saying? You're showing compassion to yourself. You're not identifying. That's what it is. You're not identifying with really any part of yourself. Not any part of yourself, but it's like even the so-called like positive things or whatever. You're not like letting that get to your head, but you are understanding it as it is. Like, you are understanding it as it is. And you know what, y'all? The number 42, I'm sorry, this just blew my mind, but the wide open card is number 42. The smoke and mirrors card is number 42. And then we have the, wait, did I see that again? Or am I tripping? Okay, so 2 cards are 42, and then, Dolphin and Didiri is 20 and 21, so that's 41. So 41 and 42. And then 42 breaks down to 6. Yeah, 42 breaks down to 6. 41 breaks down to 5. So 5 and 6 change and balance and reciprocity within yourself. So again, like, I'm sorry, I'm just laughing because it's just funny, because it's like, this is a transformative period, and that's why we ended on the World card. So again, I'm sorry, after it's this recognition of self and all of yourself and being all encompassing. And then again, Libran energy is the Empress, is represented as the Empress card, and Empress card is, for me, the card of source consciousness. And because source consciousness is the divine feminine, which is also represented by the Empress card. And divine feminine energy is literally when you balance your masculine and your feminine energy within yourself, you become this all-encompassed, balanced being. And that is like literally, again, big Libran energy for y'all and y'all's entire life. That is literally, for me, and from what I've seen, that is like, I mean, through that being, you know, the like lesson of your life, that is how you step into your purpose. And then so after that we have the 10 of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment. For me, that's emotional fulfillment with like everyone, you know. 9 of Cups is when you're emotionally fulfilled within yourself, and again, you're coming to that knowing. And then the 10 of Cups is what, and you have to get through that to get to the 10 of Cups, which is again that balanced, harmonious, emotional energy with other people. And then we have the 3 of Swords that leads to the World. And so why I feel like this is so important is because it's in between the 10 of Cups and the World card. And 3 of Swords is not always heartbreak, but it can present as that. But or heartbreak or disappointment, but it can present as that. But to me, this is an energy of like sometimes in order to open up your heart, you have to quote unquote break your own heart. You know what I'm saying? And you have to dive deep in there, and again, get through all of the things that you thought limited you, or thought you were incapable of, or thought was impossible, or thought that it just wasn't working, thought that there was tension, anything. And also understanding that everything that you are, like what you do for a living, how you help people, how you interact with people, those things are not what make you who you are. You know what I'm saying? You are not who you are because of those things. You have become those things because of who you are. And I feel like that sometimes can be a kind of a heartbreaking or disappointing realization, because, you know, you go through this world and you're trying to make certain accomplishments, you have goals for yourself, and to learn that and you feel that when you accomplish certain things, or when you do create this persona or these goals for yourself, that is what creates you. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes you you. You know, being whatever job you have. I was gonna say being a doctor, being a nurse, being in sales, being a realtor, being a spiritual guide, being a dancer or an artist or whatever. Those things we feel like are what makes us us. And it's not. We make those things. You know what I'm saying? Like, we chose those things because of who we are already. Does that make sense? Like, those things do not bring us to this point. We got to this point. That's the only reason why we even thought to do those things. You know what I'm saying? And so that can be like kind of disappointing in a way, because you're like, well, dang, like then who am I? You know what I'm saying? And then again, it just comes to, you just have to allow yourself to be, and just know that you're doing those things because you love those things, not because it's going to bring you any sense of accomplishment or purpose. You know what I'm saying? Or any of that. Although those things will still come through the realization that you're not doing it for those things. And I know it's a paradox, but that's the thing. Life is a paradox, bruh. Like, we have to be able to learn to move with life's paradoxes, because that is the only way through them. You can't like think your way through it. You can't understand your way through it. You just have to be. You literally, that's it. That you just have to be it. That's it. And again, like, things will start to happen and it'll seem like they're making sense. And then as soon as you start to make sense of it, then it seems like, whoa, what happened? Yeah, that's why. Because it ain't no making sense of it. It's just being. And as soon as you start to try to make sense of it, now you're including your mind, your ego, and identifying with that. And that is what causes the disruption and the disharmony in it all. So we're going to read the definition for your money card, your money, career, and finance card, which was Magic Stream. And to be honest, I mean, I'm not going to say I don't care, but whatever definition come out of this card, that just sounds amazing. Like, especially when it comes to money. Okay? But yes, so it says, Magic Stream. Everything is connected through the universal flow of consciousness. Speak on it, okay? Speak on it. Everything is connected through the universal flow of consciousness. It says, every experience you have seems to have its own life story, with a beginning, a middle, and eventually an end. However, there is danger in seeing events as separate from one another, since in fact they are all a part of a continuity and a greater evolution. Like an ever-flowing magic stream, your experiences filter through the whole world, one leading into another, informing and influencing still more. Inspiration, invention, and revelations rarely come to just one person. The collective awareness is a shared storehouse of potential. When you remember you're a part of the fluid continuity of life, you will become a channel for great inspiration. Allow the magic to flow through you and carry your dreams into reality. Your success will benefit many. Yes. And then I also want to mention really quickly, like literally right before I started, right after I sat down and started to think about the readings, I was thinking about like Aquarius reading and what I'm going to do about that. But then I was like, let me get off of that and get on to Libra. So again, right in the middle of Aquarius and Libra, I had this thought, and How to Love by Lil Wayne just popped in my head. And the Aquarius reading was actually, they're finding out how to love for real, like real love. That's literally what I called it. And again, the Libran energy, like this, the Libran lesson in it all will teach you how to love. Like we are all learning that for real. We're all learning how to love unconditioned. And I just, so beautiful. So again, please, I just lets me know, like, I'm sorry, that was confirmation for something else. But when I get the Aquarius reading up, if you feel inclined, please watch that, because I feel like, again, big messages here. Big messages. You know what? And I didn't even clarify your spread either. So I'm going to, I'll read wide open and then we're going to clarify your spread, okay? So, wide open. You are free to express your uniqueness to the world and share in all the bounty of life's endless possibilities. All manner of opportunities are presented to you at this time. The wide open card is a signal that you're able to truly manifest your dreams and that your goals are in sight. Wow, y'all. This was for the love position. But it says all your dreams, literally. It says don't remain small and contracted. Instead, expand your horizons beyond what you believe to be your limitations. You have a unique voice that needs to be expressed in the world. The universe is supportive of new ideas and approaches at this time, so speak up and speak out. This card is a sign of the maverick who freely roams the wide open space of possibility. Allow for greater vision to replace old ideas as you dream a grander dream. So again, like, I'm not even going to repeat myself. I'm going to leave it right at that. I'm going to leave it right at that. So real quick, let me go ahead and clarify your spread with my mini light seers deck. And I want to go ahead and take this time to thank you guys for manifesting the absolute best version of your life, because I know that's just how we do up in here. You feel me? Yeah. I also want to thank you for being here, because you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. All right. Whoa, 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 whoa. The Death card. Oh my goodness. And from this deck, I love the Death card because it's actually death and rebirth, which the Death card in the Rider-Waite represents that as well. But it literally says it on this card in this deck. And that is clarifying clarifying that Six of Wands, that seeing yourself before others see you, and then others see you. And again, we were talking about big changes, and that five to the six, baby, that's death and rebirth right there. 5 and 6. Wow. So many cards. Oh my God, that was way too many. And they were all beautiful. King of Cups. Wow. Let me just read them real quick, but that was just way too many. King of Cups, the Emperor, 9 of Swords, to the 10 of Cups, to the Chariot, to the 9 of Wands, to the Hermit, the Lovers, the Moon, and then the 2 of Cups. Woo! If that's not, and then 8 of Wands, which is spiritual enlightenment. If that's not, I'm gonna leave that story right where it is, because that's literally when you become emotionally fulfilled and stop going back and forth, and not even stop going back and forth, because it's not even about stopping going back and forth. That 9 of Wands and Knight of Swords, those are both 9 of Wands for me. That's the Wounded Warrior card, but that's the Pain Body card. That's seeking emotional reaction through the frequency of emotional suffering, which is pain body that's an Eckhart Tolle term, but the pain body is the emotional representation of the ego, and it thrives on emotional suffering, and it doesn't want to die. So there will be times where it jumps out and tries to, and it's usually with the people that you care about the most, but it's in any emotional situation. And that's how you end up in like these emotionally charged situations and having emotional conflict with people. And it can also represent the need for reciprocity, and because that's feeling the need for something. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I love this. And then the 9 of Swords, that is like, for me, that is a card of like, not fake confidence, but it's, again, it's a card of like expectation, and like when you're trying to manifest or whatever, and maybe you're using like affirmations, but you don't really believe it because you're not seeing it. So it's causing mental conflict. But to clarify the 7 of Swords, we had the Knight of Pentacles and then the World. So Knight of Pentacles energy, everyone likes to say it's the slowest moving knight in the deck, but I don't see it like that way, and especially not with the World card. The World card is, again, that's a new cycle beginning, with that death and rebirth. And then the Knight of Pentacles, that is a stable knowing, because again, everyone says it's the slowest moving knight in the deck, but it's moving and it's coming, and it's like a for sure thing. So again, and it's on top of that 7 of Swords, which was going within and making peace with the parts of you that you don't, making peace with your shadow side so that it can't be used against you later. And that Knight of Pentacles energy is what results from that. That Knight of Pentacles to the World energy is what results in that. And it's like an energy of certainty, and an energy of knowing, and an energy of like honestly just keeping going, because when you're doing that kind of work, when you're doing shadow work, or exploring your shadow, acknowledging your shadow, accepting your shadow, oh my God, when you're doing that kind of work, it can be draining, and you have to come back to yourself, you have to acknowledge yourself, and you got to keep going. Knight of Pentacles style. And that also makes me feel like, you know, it's a lifelong process, baby. It ain't never gonna stop. But the thing is it doesn't have to, because like that's literally life. And it's not to say that you're gonna be constantly faced with challenges. At some point, it's not going to be considered by you as a challenge anymore. At some point, it's just gonna be an experience. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we not worried about it. So then we had the King of Pentacles clarifying the Ace of Swords. So again, and that Ace of Swords was the knowing, the mental clarity, like, you know, making that transition and being, and it's like the awareness, being aware. And again, it brings that King of Pentacles energy. That's that stable, knowing energy. We went from the Knight to the King of Pentacles, just with the world and the clarity. You know what I'm saying? Just with the awareness, because that's also what Ace of Swords means to me, like being aware and being in the present moment. Just by doing that, you have started a completely new cycle of self, and entered into this King of Pentacles energy, this stable, knowing, grounded. You see the red? Grounding has been such an important message. You see him, he ain't worried about a goddamn motherfucking thing, okay? I'm so sorry, I'm not supposed to be saying that anymore. But he ain't worried about nothing, okay? Him and his dog is chilling. And again, we're not just focused on gender here, because we're talking about energy, and that's a masculine energy. King of Pentacles is a masculine energy, but I feel that because, again, once you balance both energies, now you know, because King of Pentacles also knows where to place their energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why he's not worried about it. Like, the masculine is an energy of doing. So when you are allowing yourself to just be, you know now what you need to do, if that makes sense. And you don't do no unnecessary shit. And you ain't doing nothing that ain't making you feel good. And you're even understanding that things that make you feel good are just things that make you feel good, and not nothing to be expected for you to feel motherfucking good. Oh my God. Yes, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, but this is just such a beautiful read. But anyway, so then after that, clarifying the 10 of motherfucking cups, you got the 10 of motherfucking cups. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Come on now. And we already talked about what the 10 of Cups, we already talked about what the 10 of Cups represents. And so this is just double confirmation, literally. Again, you're not doing nothing that doesn't make you happy. And that literally means expecting reciprocity out of folks, because how's that working out for you? How's it been working out for you? You know what I'm saying? But if they already reciprocal, they already reciprocal, period. And then clarifying this 3 of Swords was the Ace of Cups. And we talked about the 3 of Swords and how, you know, when you come to certain realizations, or, you know, even let certain things go, let certain relationships go, it can hold that energy of disappointment. But clarifying that is the Ace of Cups. That is opportunity, love coming in. That's what Ace of Cups is. It's love coming in. Love. You have Magic Stream and Wide Open. This is emotional knowing coming in. This is emotional knowing, not overtaking the 3 of Swords energy, because again, it's not about that. It is about the balance, but knowing that there's no duality. There's this and that are true. You know what I'm saying? There's no duality. And then you had the High Priestess clarifying the world. Like, please, High Priestess is all-knowing. High Priestess represents intuition, and not only represents intuition, represents using your intuition. And she don't gotta say nothing She don't gotta say nothing and her eyes are closed, but if you look on this card, she can still see. Is this close enough? Can you see what I'm talking about? And that crown chakra is, the crown chakra is illuminated, but so is the third eye. It's literally, and then again, there's like air and just everything around this card. And then it's like going up, and then the cosmos are behind it. So again, it's all encompassing. And once you balance all of your masculine and your feminine energies through knowing, through just being, you become all. It's all encompassing. It's source consciousness. It's beautiful, beautiful. I just want you to know. Woo! Something about you. Oh, and I'm sorry, we had the wheel at the bottom of the deck. Oh my God. To the Tower, to the Six of Wands again, to big Empress energy. I knew I was going to see the Empress card at some point in this reading. Like, it's too much Libran energy to not. You feel me? It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. Y'all might also want to check out the Taurus reading, because Taurus is also ruled by Venus, like Libra. And their reading was about remaining grounded in all kinds of situations. So yes. All right, number 42, smoke and mirrors. And this was your overall energy card. The key concepts are seeing through the lens of past conditioning, the inability to recognize the truth of what is being offered, healing from misguided perceptions, moving beyond the illusion of separation, and being accountable for your biases and the way you view the world. Wow. Wow. Okay, so it says, we're actually built to view the world inaccurately. Our five senses tell us we are separate from one another. We are conditioned to see time as linear. This creates a consciousness of delineation, separation, and finality. We have an innate fear that what we see is all there is. Although we know deep down there is more, we are suspicious of it. Our fear of death results from this kind of perception. The entire world is a construct of smoke and mirrors, and our job is to discover the truth that lies beyond this illusion. Let me say that again. Our entire world is a construct of smoke and mirrors, and our job is to discover the truth that lies beyond this illusion. Discoveries at the frontiers of science align with what the ancients have known. At the atomic level, we are blinking lights and empty space. Consciousness is fundamental, time can be bent, and we are eternal. Ask yourself if what you see is really what you're looking for. What do you sense beyond your intellectual assessment of what is? Can you drop into your heart and soul and call for a vision, a feeling, an awareness of the true and authentic? Can you just be, Libra? Every day, remind yourself that you are intrinsically connected to all life. The universe needs you to learn about it. You have within you an extraordinary magic with which to co-create life beyond your wildest expectations. Today, trust the inner voice that reminds you that you truly will find what you seek and more, even if outer conditions appear to challenge that. It's all smoke and mirrors. Things are not exactly as they seem. Speak on it. Speak on it. Speak on it. So we're going to go and read Dolphin Spirit. Woo! I love this. It says, Dolphin Spirit, this and that are true. Dolphin spirit, like her earthly manifestation, is a reminder of duality. As dolphin is both mammal and sea creature, so too is dolphin spirit, both this and that. Two truths coexist, the story you tell and another as well. The duality of life is present when we are suffering, for there is a blessing too in the helpers that appear. Within clouds are silver linings. When we later reflect on what happened, we can see that a situation was both this and that, and a choice led to both joy and sorrow. No relationship is either all good or all bad, and people have qualities of both light and shadow. Focus on the positive, for light exists alongside the darkness. Dolphin spirit calls for you to come up from below and enjoy a weightless moment in the sun as you dive in and out of this and then that, accepting and even enjoying the duality of life. Why not join Dolphin spirit in acknowledging and affirming the blessings present in this moment? In all areas of your life, there are aspects of both this and that. Today, you can celebrate this fact and recognize the complexity and beauty of the fabric of the universe. You are at a place right now where your past self is still present as you move toward the new self you are becoming. Aspects of both selves are present, so even if you want to say goodbye to what was, you are required to find solace in this in-between time. Today is not a day to choose one over another either, but rather to accept things as they are without judgment or resistance. Even in matters of the heart, duality is present. Your next action will be obvious when you drop your bias and see things as whole. And the protection message says, when you most want to be acknowledged as right and see other ways as wrong, Dolphin spirit appears as a reminder that the story of your suffering and righteousness is a little more complicated than you are admitting right now. Do you want to see things in black and white and be rigid in your ideas of what's correct and what's not? Release your rigidity and embrace the fluidity of life as you recognize the grays that remind you there are two sides to every story, an upside to each downside, and a blessing in every challenge. What you think is wrong may end up being right for you. So let Dolphin spirit soften your heart so that you make the best decision at this time, playing with the possibilities that present themselves. Ashe. And then really quickly, I'm going to read the definition for the mermaid. And I think I've pulled this card before, but not for you. It says, wait. Don't rush into action right now. Bide your time for better results. If you take action now, you'll miss a window of opportunity that's coming up for you shortly. Don't worry. You'll know in your heart and gut when that moment arrives. In the meantime, it's important to meditate and make sure that your breathing is deep and frequent. Often we hold our breath or experience shortened breath during stressful periods. You're also on the verge of receiving new information that will alter the course of action you plan to take, leading you in a more positive direction. By waiting, the outcome will be much more enjoyable than if you took action without this added information. Affirm, I have infinite patience and I am divinely directed to always be in the right place at the perfect time. Ashe, ashe, ashe. The last definition that we're going to read, I actually forgot about, was your spirit guide message. And these are, again, spirit guides whose energy you can embody, whose energy is here to protect you, to serve as a reminder. So this is number 21, Didiri. And it is hearing truth. There is a deeper truth that shall bring peace to your heart, offering you guidance, comfort, and renewal. You are guided to turn within for your answers. Do not allow another to interrupt, influence, or distort your personal trusting relationship with the divine. Allow Great Spirit to be your highest counsel always, and you shall never be led astray. And that was also the compass card that had popped out. Talks about that as well. You shall know the words to speak and the consciousness to hold, to evoke healing and set things right. Listen, for deep within, truth is known. It says, focus on what you know to be true, tuning into what you feel and not focusing on appearances or the opinions of others. There is a voice of spirit deep within you. Anytime you want or need guidance, you have the ability to tune into that inner voice, bringing peace, comfort, and clarity. It takes courage to turn within rather than putting your faith in people and things of this world, but you have enough inner strength and wisdom to do this. The truth within has been spoken. Trust that you can hear it. For spiritual guidance, it says, you have an intuitive ability to recognize truths of spirit. DIDNT is an Australian Aboriginal term for the deep spiritual practice of reflective and respectful listening. It is a deep listening for truth beyond physical words and their logical meaning. It is the way the shaman hears with the soul. Through the power of his or her own inner experiences, the shaman is able to create spiritual wisdom for the community, bringing balance and unity between the realm of the Great Spirit and our earth. As one who holds the potential power of the shaman, it is part of your spiritual journey to seek out deeper meaning, to never assume that the whole truth is revealed in what another says, and instead to listen carefully, sometimes even for the truth evidenced in what is not being said, but being communicated in other ways. Others will naturally be drawn to you for your counsel, but you must be sure that loving wisdom is the source through which your counsel is gleaned. Part of the shamanic path involves mastery over the extremes of existence. Energetic highs followed by crushing fatigue, feeling taxed beyond your limits of body and mind, perhaps even an experience of near death or symbolic death of the personality, a profoundly challenging illness in the body or mind, or a period of spiritual darkness which eventually leads you to a healing rebirth. These are all possible ways that the shamanic soul can progress through its training. Such challenges are a form of initiation, teaching the soul to be able to consciously contain and channel energy according to its will, rather than being tossed about by the forces of the world. It takes time, but eventually the soul learns to live from a place of inner balance and spiritual grounding. The shaman is empowered to guide others through what has been mastered, moderating and containing what is required for healing. This evokes the balance in the lives of those they touch. Libra, 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 Libra. I love you. Soul training in the shamanic way happens through your life experiences. It may or may not involve official training as a shaman, but in some way you will be taught and guided by an initiated teacher. Training includes the experience of altered states of consciousness to feed the need of your soul to expand beyond the restrictions of everyday reality and feel genuinely connected and supported by a vaster spiritual reality. Altered states can include intuition, visions, hearing messages from Great Spirit, and an ability to recognize and interpret signs of higher guidance. This is preparation for dealing with the forces that are not visible to most, and yet have palpable effect in the minds and hearts of many souls disconnected from their divine support system. Your altered states are fulfilling their intended purpose when they bring healing. When it is the right time for you, Great Spirit will bring you the necessary guides and teachers in the spiritual and physical worlds so that you can learn how to safely enter into and ground out of expanded states of awareness. Again, that was the Taurus theme. First, that was it. This will increase your ability to hear and channel messages of the Great Spirit. Trust that your heart will recognize your true teachers, which will not always be those that claim to be your true teachers, as you participate fully in your unfolding journey with trust. And remember, the man that knows something knows he knows nothing at all. It says, for the healing process, find a place to sit where you can rest in silence or in the healing sounds of nature. If you prefer, rest with beautiful music, perhaps creating your own with singing bowls or your voice. It says, allow the sounds that fill your ears, even if those sounds are silence, to be recognized as sacred. Gently rub your ears, massaging lightly around the base of your ears where they connect with your head. Then visualize, feel, or pretend that your ears can relax. The inside of the ears becoming relaxed, the outside of your ears becoming relaxed. Say aloud, I release from my ears on all levels, physical, electrical, and spiritual, anything that is not of the divine. I release all lies and criticisms. I release all pain. I soften and let go so that my ears can become empty and ready to receive the healing comfort of great beloved spirit. I invite in the truth of unconditional love, divine guidance, and sacred silence now. Then rest. Imagine, feel, or pretend that your ears can become so relaxed that they become pleasantly empty, empty of pressure, heat, and tension. You may also move your jaw around and open your mouth to help relax the ears. Then soften your face, and when you feel suitably relaxed, imagine, feel, or pretend that a soft silence, which is the loving presence of Great Spirit, is within you completely now. And I want to just mention, I find it so funny that we got cards talking about both duality and accepting duality and non-duality. And I just find that so hilarious because that's a part of it. In duality, there's non-duality. In non-duality, there is duality. That's how they both exist. And this and that are true. And we are just going to go ahead and close it on out with the Angel Answers Oracle deck. I will select 3 cards so you can ask 3 questions. They can be yes or no or not. These are your answers for you to interpret how you feel.
So I just want to reiterate a point that I guess I didn't really clarify earlier. There is a difference between expecting something from a place of knowing, because you have become your desire and you are already on the vibrational frequency of it, so you know that it's coming, so you expect it, and expecting something from a place of waiting for it to come in because of a sense of desire or wanting it, because that is it's a contradictory energy and telling the universe that you don't have it because you want it, or you're expecting it to come in and not it's already here. So that was the point I was trying to make. I do also want to touch on the How to Love reference, because I feel that that was very important as well. Even the lyrics and the imagery of the video are very powerful. So if you've seen the video, it also describes like a duality type situation. So I feel like if you resonate with that, this reading is for you too. It covers all of that as well.
Listen to your intuition. Reconsider. Perfect timing. Remember, you had that wait card too. It's crazy. All right, Libra, thank you so very much for rocking with me. If you made it to the end, you a real one. I just like to take this time again to thank you for being here with me and to remind you that I love you. Wow. I still love you, period. I want to remind you that I love you. And remember that you are never, ever alone. Even if you are by yourself, you are never alone. And I will always be here with you. If ever you need somebody to kick it with, just come on, find one of my videos, or I'll be here. All right? So with that being said, I will leave you to ponder, but never too much. And I'll catch you in the next one, all right? Peace. Oh, ain't life funny? I think so.